Okay, friends, I have had so many requests lately for an updated makeup tutorial, specifically one with now my red hair. I've changed up a little bit, I will say, just with coloring that I like that goes with my, I shouldn't say red, like copper hair more. So we're gonna do a quick little makeup tutorial, and I'm getting it up and stuff for you guys before the Sephora savings event ends, because I'm gonna make sure everything I use today is on that savings event. So first we're gonna prep our skin. I was sent this and I am obsessed. It is so good. It's like the perfect prep for your skin before you put your makeup on. You can either put it on with your hands or put it on with like a makeup brush. I'm gonna apply it with this Hourglass makeup brush. This is just the Great Skin like moisturizer. So many requests for my makeup from the Sabrina Carpenter concert and when I was Ariel for Halloween, and those were full face makeup. So we are going to use a foundation today, which is kind of rare for me. I don't always use foundation, but when I do, this is my go-to foundation. I will make sure everything is linked. This is shade 5.75 and this is Honey Citrine, or number 3. Okay, so I mix them. I just put a little bit right on my face. And then this is just gonna give you that glow that literally will last all day long. And then I'm gonna take my Hourglass blending. This is I just used it on my face as well. I love this brush. It is a tiny bit pricier, but I don't know. Anything Hourglass, I hate to say it, Hourglass just sponsored me already. Anything Hourglass is worth it. It's so pretty. There's not one product that I have used. The mascara I was iffy about, I will say that. But the rest has been chef's kiss. Next, we are getting right into concealer. This is my absolute favorite concealer right now, and it has been for months. I love it so much. So I know for a long time I was using the Armani Silk Concealer, which truthfully I still am a fan of that concealer, but this one takes the cake for me. The only thing with the Armani one is I did find every couple hours I was having to maybe powder in between my eyebrows or something because I felt like I looked a little shiny. This one does not do that for me. It blends in perfectly. It doesn't sit in wrinkles or creases. The coverage is so good. It covers really well without being heavy. So yes, number 1 concealer. This is where we're going to have a hard time choosing a favorite, is when the bronzers start. So since this is photo ready, full face makeup, I'm going to do a little bit of a cream contour and then a little bit of powder bronzer on top. Oh, I'm so torn. I love this Merit cream bronzer so stinking much. The Rare Beauty one, I feel like it blends really, really well. I'm really torn because you guys have seen me use this one before. I'm going to use the Rare Beauty, but you guys know how much I love the Merit bronzer too, okay? And I'm just going to say this brush is so worth it. You need this brush. It's the Patrick Ta one. It's so good. Look how well that blends. Oh my gosh. It's so creamy and so good. I have the shade Happy Soul. I'm actually going to do something wild here to show you guys how well it blends. I normally am a brush gal. You guys know this. I put it on my brush first, then blend it in because I usually like how it goes on better. But I will say this one blends so good. Oh my gosh, I'm looking cray cray. This shade might be one shade too dark for me, but we're going to go with it. Look at this. You literally can't make a mistake with this stuff. And that's even what I mean. Maybe the shade's one shade too dark. It doesn't even matter. It blends so well. It's perfection. Next, I'm going to add a little powder. And if I'm being real, if I had a photo shoot and want a true full face makeup, I've shared this with you guys before, I would use this Huda Beauty. I hope that's how you say it. Powder. But I just want to be really quick today. So I'm just going to use my Charlotte Tilbury. This does the job too. It doesn't this is my everyday powder. It's not going to lock your makeup in like crazy like the other one is, but it's still just really good. We're bringing out the blush now before we put some powder bronzer on. This used to not be available at Sephora, this blush in this shade, and now it is. And it is my favorite. It's the Luminous Silk number 52. Don't be scared. It's so good. I don't even know how to describe it. It goes on so pigmented, but also like just so beautiful. It wears perfectly all day long. Like, I am so obsessed with this blush. And this is just one of the Sephora brushes. I have like a couple of their brush kits and I love them. Like, hello. You could just keep going and going and going. Now to my favorite part, the bronzer. I have shared this bronzer for years and I feel like everyone finally gets it now. It is the best bronzer ever. It's worth every single penny. It lasts forever. But, okay, so look at what I found. Okay, I'm gonna show you. So this has like a similar, you can get one with the same shade. I got one that was like a little bit different shades. Again, I feel like I can go with whatever shade in this bronzer. I get the Radiant in the big one. This one's almost gone. Look at this palette that they have. Like, it's stunning. I bought it immediately. I always will keep both on hand, but I'm gonna show you guys how this goes on because it's just so fun. And you need this brush, okay? This is the Hourglass brush. It has both sides. You need this. It's technically a powder brush. I use it for my bronzer and it's amazing. Also, this is what I use on my eyes. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this darker shade on the smaller side of my brush and just kind of go over where I had done the cream like bronzer contour situation. Just kind of locks that in. Then I take the big side of my brush, just kind of blend it in a little bit more. And then I've honestly just been playing with both of these. We're gonna go with this one. I don't even know what the color is. It's like the more glittery one. And just kind of go over top a little bit higher on the cheeks to give that nice little glow. This works as like a highlighter as well. So if you don't wanna buy a separate highlighter, this is perfect. Then, like I said, you can just use this entire palette however you want on your eyes. That's what I do 90% of the time. For the Sabrina Carpenter concert, I used that blush on my eyes. I added my blush to this and it was perfection. Then if you are wanting just a little bit of extra highlighter or you just want to buy a highlighter separate, I love this Haus Labs. You can see I obviously need to get one during the sale. It's almost gone. I've used this for like over a year. And just kind of highlight wherever you feel. Again, I'll put this on my eyes. I'll even put it on like the center of my lips sometimes. This is like my go-to. It's the perfect golden glow. Okay, brows. I'm a very lazy brow girl, if I'm being honest. I do have very, very thick natural brows, so I don't do much but put on like a clear gel normally. I am gonna take this Merit and just kind of fill in the couple just little like indent spots that I have, if that makes sense. But truthfully, that's about all I normally do to fill in brows. So I'm not that much help with that. Okay, but then I have shared, oh my gosh, wow, this brow gel for years. I love it because it doesn't get like sticky. You don't get crusty, that sounds weird, or little flakes falling down. It holds it in place, does its job, okay? I've used this for years and years and years. Let's talk lashes. Right now, I do have Wink Click on. Those are those little like lashes that you can apply yourself. They last like a week. I have been loving them lately. They just make my life very easy and I love how natural they are. They're not like anything extreme. Well, I guess it depends on what set you buy. But I just like a really natural set that gives like a tiny bit of the cat eye. But, okay, I did just buy a new mascara for when this is done that I'm going to give a review on. I have been loving brown mascara, I will say. The ones that I have right now, I would say these are my top. I'm bad with mascara. I like to mix the mascara up a lot. Okay, for super, super fluffy black brows, I love the Grande. They make them just like really fluffy. As far as tubing mascaras, Cali Ray is probably my favorite, but I did just buy the Tartan Brown. I love them both. This is very like elongating, lengthening, and I love tubing. So yeah, those are my faves. And then for full like volume, as thick and full as I want my lashes to ever look, I love the Lancome one. Lip liner. I have been obsessing over this lip liner lately. I think it's Chestnut Makeup Forever. I feel like it blends very well. It doesn't give you too much of like a stark line, but really makes the lips pop. And then gloss, you guys saw this on my Sephora video. I'm gonna call it like my Gloss Bomb dupe. I think it was $14. It's a Sephora gloss. This is the color 8. And it's so perfect. Like, is it not the perfect lip color? I love it so much. Okay, and then one final step. Finally, if you're just wanting to like lock in your face, say you have like a concert or a photo shoot all day, or I don't know, you just like a full face of makeup and you want it to last all day long, this is your best friend, okay? It literally is like hairspray for your face. It just locks it in. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna share. That was like a full face makeup routine. If you wanna shop it during the Sephora sale, that's obviously a good time because you can get the 20% off or whatever your deal is. But yes, full face of makeup. And it's pretty much kind of the same coloring as when my hair is different colors. Maybe sometimes I will add in a little bit more like bronzy oranges to my eyes or something, but the base and everything is all the same.